Howdy gang, Michelle here, and I am so sorry I sound like this. I am sick with a viral infection that my son gave to my husband, that my husband so lovingly gave to me, and now I have to be the end of the train. Anyway, today I am bringing to you Emily, which works up really nice and quick and is beautiful. So, as you can see, works up really lovely. I have not obviously blocked this or anything like that, but this works up really lovely, and you can do this wider. I am going to do this as an infinity. I have a little bit more to go on this, and then I'm going to block it and connect it. And for this one, I am using some Yarn Bee Chloe, and I wish I had the label, but my dog Missy decided to eat it. No lie, she decided to eat it. But I will go on their it's from Hobby Lobby. I will go on their site and get the color name. It was on one of their clearance sales that they just had. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. But it is a simple 4-row repeat. And what I've done, you guys know that I am infamous for my painter's tape. And it's kind of hard to see on here because it might look the same, but some of them I have marked in red, some of them I have marked in black. You can kind of see this one's red up here, this one's black down here, and I also have my markers right here. So I do know that I left off on my black, so I know that the one I'm working on now, or I will start on, is black. So what I do is when I'm doing that, I take my red one and I put it aside, and my black one I put back here. So that way if I'm walking away and I have to take care of something and I come back, I know that I'm working on my black. But if for some reason you have to walk away and you forgot to put something here to remind you what you were working on, another way to tell is if you look at your pegs, you can see which one you yarned over, which was empty before. And I can see this one is a red and I carried it over. So this peg was empty when I came back on my knit row. That tells me that my black is next. So I know that my black row is up next. Okay. So I'm going to hop right into this. And again, I know this is black. It's real simple. And my black row is right here, which is this one here, row 3. Okay, so I'm gonna knit the first 2, then on 4, well, my first one is my edge peg, and then I'm gonna knit 2 and 3, and then 4 I'm gonna yarn over to 5, and then I'll have 2 strands on 5, then 6 I will knit, and then 7 I will have 2 strands on that, and then I'll have 8 move over to 7, which will give me those 2 strands. Okay, so I have my yarn right here in my little kitty cup, which is my yarn bowl. Put this right here, and my glove is in the wash that I usually have on, my compression glove. All right, so I'm doing this through the camera. Be patient with me. Sorry I sound so horrible, gang. Whoops. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to take this one, lift it up, move it over. I'm going to knit this one. And this is red right here, so I'm following this one down here, which is black. And you can do them any color you want or mark it any way you want. That's easy for you. I'm going to go one more. Then I'm going to come back to this one, pull it out a little bit, drop it there. So this one tells me it'll be empty, and this one will have 2 on it. And then I'm going to keep going because my next one isn't until over here. So knit, 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 and then I'm going to knit this one, And this one tells me I have to take this one and move it over to that one. Okay. And then knit. I'm going to knit this one. Knit this one. This one tells me I have to move it over here, but I'm going to knit one more. Then I'm going to come back to this guy. Move it over here. You guys know my little hacks to make life easier for you when it comes to moving things around. I'm all about ease. Sorry. All right, and just continue that until you get to the end. And of course, my clean edges. Move this guy. And like I said, this does work up super quick. I'm moving in slow motion because at any given time, I have day quill or night quill or cough drops or some kind of fluids in me. Or, okay, so what I just did on my edge peg, I purl easier going from right to left, and then I'm going to knit it off going, what did I just say? Right to left is easiest for me to purl, and then left to right is easiest for me to knit. See, I have to think. It's not easy for me to think on medication. Okay, so I knitted going right, no, going left to right. Oh my God. I can't laugh because then I'm going to go into a coughing fit. All right, so now I'm just going to knit everything off and then yarn in front of the empty pegs. Okay, so you'll see there's an empty peg here, 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 and so forth. Okay, so we're going to knit those ones that have yarn on them and then just knit in front of those that do not. And that is as simple. Okay, so there's nothing in front of that one. I'm going to knit the two strands together and keep going all the way to the end. Whoops. Trying to do this through the camera and it's not as easy as I'm making it seem. Give myself a little more yarn. And this, I'm only using one skein of this yarn. It gives you a really nice length. If you want to do like what I'm doing. This loom that I'm using is Sinwood. It's 30 pegs wide. It's 60 pegs total. It's a rake. And it's a 1/2 inch loom. You can use whatever you like. I wanted to use a 1/2 inch with this just to give me a nice lacy texture to this. But if you want something that's a little more close knit, you can certainly go with a 3/8. If you want something a wee bit looser, you can even go with a 5/8. Totally up to you. Again, there's no looming police in my house. And I'm pretty sure there's none in yours. All right, so I just knitted off this last one, and then I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to purl it and set myself up for the next row. And then I'm going to knit this one, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to take my black one off, and then I'm going to put my red one on, which tells me that I'm going to focus on my red here, on here, and on here. So now I am back to row 1, and that tells me I'm going to focus on mine that are on here with the red on it. So there we go. All right. So that is how simple this one is. And as you can see, I mean, I'm not going to be able to unwind this whole thing and have it all on camera. And again, this isn't even completely done with this skein yet. I still have quite a bit on this left, and I'm going to keep working on it until it's done. This has got a nice bit of length to it already. And once it's done and it's all connected, this will be easily able to do a 2 wrap on it, or just have a nice length for a nice summer long wrap as an individual instead of double wrapping it. Totally up to whatever the person that I gift this to decides to do with it. So there you go. Thanks, gang, for joining me, and I appreciate you all so very much. You have no idea, and thank you for those of you who have stood with me this whole time. It truly is a blessing, and I can't tell you how much it truly means to me for you guys sticking with me all this time. So thank you. Thank you so much. Happy looming, gang. Bye.